Mistakes. Check, check, check. Okay, mic check's good.
Check, check. Check, check.
Your levels are amazing.
My levels are good.
I sound like a doctor there, didn't I?
You did.
Okay, there we go. We should be amazing at this now, right?
Boy. So much pressure.
Okay, here we go. And we're live. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hi, everybody. I'm Sai.
I'm Mags.
And welcome to Beyond the Bag. Not Eileen and the bag. Beyond the Bag.
Beyond the Bag.
We record these live on stream on Poshmark. So, like, if I actually knock over like a stack of bags, just pretend it's part of the show, okay?
Yep, absolutely. So what's in the bag today?
First up, celebrity closet sales are booming. Stars like Emma Roberts, Paris Hilton, they're cashing in by selling pre-owned luxury items directly to their fans.
Wait, really?
Yeah, no kidding. It's like getting a VIP pass to their wardrobe without the paparazzi.
Oh, okay.
And second, we're going to talk about vegan leather versus real leather. So vegan leather comes from materials like cactus, mushrooms, apple peels. I don't know if you knew that.
Mm-hmm.
But some
Heard of
are
that.
still plastic heavy. So it's not automatically eco-friendly. Real leather, timeless, durable, and yes, smells like Victor.
I do love the smell of a leather bag. I'm not going to lie.
And bonus pop culture twist. Did you hear that there is another Barbie movie coming out?
What? No,
Yeah.
I did not.
There's another Barbie movie coming out because nothing says timeless fashion like a plastic doll in a convertible.
So
All right.
valid.
Let's cue the music.
Beyond the bag where the story shines. Bags, brands, and secrets all in real time. From Lux deep dive to resale tea. Come vibe with the tribe, unfiltered free. We live on the mic, straight from the show. You feel the buzz and the glow as we go. Beyond the bag, let's go.
Okay.
You ready for this? Here we go.
I'm ready.
I'm really, really loving these podcasts that we're doing.
I am too, actually.
And like I'm enjoying talking about it. And I never thought that this would end up when I first met you. This is going to be our date night. This is it.
It is, and it's every night. So,
I also didn't think we'd be inviting everybody into our date night
well,
as well. But hi everybody. Welcome to our date night. So let me get into the first one here, okay? I have a little screen in front of me. It's called the Make Me Seem Smart screen. And just as it sounds, it makes me seem really smart, like I know what I'm talking about. But really, it just has all my facts and everything that I need to know for the podcast itself. So
I love it.
what are you doing, by the way?
Doing Facebook stuff as well
Oh,
on the side because why not?
okay. In this segment, we're going to delve into the world of celebrity closet sales, where A-listers declare their wardrobes and get fans a chance to own a piece of the glamour. We discussed the platforms that are making this possible, and pretty much everything that goes along with them, and how owning a celeb's pre-loved item is now accessible than ever. What do you think about that, by the way?
I have so many questions because I didn't know about this. Obviously, I have so many questions. So, are they doing it in like an auction type thing, or is it like a buy it outright right now type thing? Are they doing it for like charity? Are they doing it like is it completely overinflated and expensive, or what how is this going? How is this happening?
Yes to everything.
Okay.
Yes. So you heard of Fashion File? Don't love the name.
Ugh.
Don't love the name.
Ugh.
Just saying. Not a fan of the name Fashion File.
Okay.
But people like them to answer your question and helping out, as well as what's that one? It was called like it's not in my Make Smart screen. I just know it's called like Fashion Versatile Tire or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how to say it, but I know what you're talking about.
I don't know, but they're also partnering with them as well. So I mean, the competition is already kind of crazy high,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're like, also try and beat Paris Hilton now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about that?
Mm,
Do you want to own a Paris Hilton Louis Vuitton?
no, not so much personally. I know there's a lot of people that would, but not necessarily. But I think I is it like I said, is it like completely overinflated pricing that they're selling them for?
I don't think they are actually. So
Or are they doing like a resale value
they're doing
inflation?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit above what you would normally pay, but because Emma Roberts owned it, you're paying an extra maybe 1,000 or so.
Okay, so it's not like 15,000
No, well,
type.
and here's where I say kind of. Some of them kind of are overinflated, but I do have some good news about it. It's for a reason. But let me make myself sound smart. In 2024, in a partnership launch, Emma Roberts partnered with Fashion File for their 25th anniversary campaign. And as the brand's first celebrity ambassador, Roberts curated a collection of her favorite pre-loved accessory and handbags, and emphasized as well as the joy of secondhand shopping. So she's promoting it. So she's like, buy secondhand. It's the best way to go, you know?
Nice.
So the campaign featured Roberts showcasing various designer pieces, including handbags and jewelry, and is currently available for purchase on Fashion Files platform.
Interesting. So she's teaming up with that specific company, I guess,
Right.
if you will.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's a full-on partnership to buy Emma Roberts' closet.
Interesting.
So
Like listing like several things, like clothing and stuff, or is it just handbags?
no,
or what?
jewelry and accessories. Could you imagine though? It just popped in my head right now. Could you imagine she decided to be like, I'm gonna open up a Poshmark account? Like how? First of all, she's not going to. She's like, not taking my 20%.
Right.
One.
For real.
One, you're not taking my 20%. Okay.
real.
Because she's not selling like us. You know, we only selling like what? Maybe the most expensive bag we've sold is probably $700-800.
Mhm.
That's it.
Mhm.
So I say that's it. Like it's not much, but compared to relatively speaking,
Yes.
there are people out there selling $10,000 bags on here. Can you imagine selling a $10,000 bag right now on Poshmark? Just think about it first, just 1 second. Poshmark's
There's
like,
a few people that are doing it.
I know it's insane, right? And Poshmark's like, I'll go ahead and take that $2,000. Thank you very much. I feel like there should be some sort of like,
Cut.
yeah, like
Mhm.
if you're selling something over $1,000, it hurts for you to take $200, and then for me to price it $200 over to make up for what you're about to take,
Mhm.
which then decreases my chance of selling. And if you have a conscience at all,
Mhm.
makes you feel kind of bad for selling it for $200 more, and that's just at 1,000. Imagine 10. Imagine 50,000, right? So I feel like at a certain point, to me this makes sense. You should be taking 20%. I think like over a certain amount, it should come down
Mhm.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe bring down to 10%, 15%. Do something, because this isn't, you're already nickel and diming everyone with the little micro transactions that happen.
Mhm.
So why wouldn't you give those people selling big ones a cut?
Yeah, I completely agree. I know I've seen some bags and I've had that same thought where I'm like, holy shit, that's so much money.
Right?
Just to use that. But you better believe that they're pushing their promoted closet a lot more than they are our little $150, $200
You better
sales.
believe it. Oh, you better believe it. Yeah. You better believe it. So yeah, that's the thing. It's coming from that. And now in Emma Roberts in particular, she never said nothing about being charitable.
Okay.
I want to point that out. There's
Okay.
nothing about that said charitable. Now, we're going down to Paris Hilton.
Okay.
Paris Hilton got with the Vestiaire collection, okay, in February 2025. So this year, Paris Hilton did it. And she hosted a closet sale featuring almost 100 pre-loved pieces from her personal wardrobe.
Wow.
The sale aimed to raise funds for Los Angeles wildfire relief efforts through Hilton's nonprofit called the 1111 Media Impact.
1111.
So on the other side, yes, that's why when you asked the questions earlier, I was like, yes, no, kind of, maybe, all. I was gonna, I didn't know how to answer you.
That's why I was like inundated with all these questions in my mind. That's why I just threw them at you. So I assumed it was yes to all in so many ways, but it's so interesting because you've heard of a lot of people that do like the auction off, like they go to an auction for like to buy celebrity stuff or whatever.
Right.
But like just selling it off just as like pre-loved, that's kind of cool.
I don't know. I feel I would definitely, just because it's me, I would throw at least a portion of what I got going to, depends how well off I am, but like I would at least throw a portion of my stuff to something good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But if not, I also wouldn't hate you if you have that sway where you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep it for myself. Because I'm like, well, just because they're celebrities doesn't mean that they're constantly getting dividends. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're gonna run out of money at some point if you don't have it well invested. You don't have a good financial manager. So, you know, they could be like, well, I got this like 6 homes I got to pay for. Sell off some bags.
Well, they probably didn't even pay for a lot of those bags and
That's
fashion and
That's
stuff.
legit. So the collection in the Paris Hilton one in particular included iconic Y2K fashion items such as Juicy Couture.
Of course it did. I'm sure it was
Tracksuits, Von Dutch puffer jackets, a Louis Vuitton handbag or so, and a Balenciaga faux crossbody bag. Balenciaga's, there's something.
No, Balenciagas. Are you okay, Balenciagas? Like,
Balenciaga is definitely like a blink twice if you're okay sort of brand, aren't they?
yeah.
And then they charge a lot, and then you're like, okay, maybe you are okay because you're charging us a lot of money for some weird ass shoes that look like Space boots. Yeah. Do you remember back in the day they had like shoes that had like springs in them
Yeah.
and you can jump on them.
Yeah.
Balenciaga be selling shoes like that, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'll take $800,000." You know what I'm saying? I exaggerated, but that's what they're doing in essence.
So I'm on the website right now, right?
I'm
'Cause
looking.
I'm
Yes.
like, I'm so curious.
Okay.
This is the Paris Hilton collection,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
There's 35 results. You can buy her t-shirt for $62 or her Paris Hilton clutch bag for $43.
What? And it's going to something good?
Like
Get out of here.
vegan leather crossbody, $307.
Which, stay tuned. We're going to get into that discussion afterwards.
Like, and this like looks like secondhand, like, I don't know. That's so crazy. Clutch bag, $131. Okay, so it's like interesting. That's very interesting. What is this? $38 for this handbag?
It's great.
That's insane.
No, that's wonderful. They're not overcharging.
I love it. That's why I was super curious.
In fact, it looks reasonably priced.
So is this her? Oh, interesting. Hold on. Is this from her
Hold
actual
on. Yeah, you might be looking at her brand.
her brand? Okay, so
and
how do I
not what's her closet.
Interesting. Okay. Now let me go because I searched it and clicked on it. It told me that those the Paris Hilton closet sale. Oh, right here. Okay. Now we're in the right thing. Everything's sold out, of course. Still, Alexander dress $195.
Yeah, it's not
A
bad.
jacket $410. I mean, it's like
It's not outrageous, you guys.
It's not, but it's all sold out.
We're not
of
looking at like 5 digits here. The most
Yeah.
expensive thing is maybe $1,200.
Yeah, $1,200 for a Pamela Roland dress. Wow. Okay. All right.
You know what I love about this, about what we're talking about right now, is that Paris Hilton gave it to something good.
Yeah.
You know, her own nonprofit, at least, that's going to help with the wildfires, which that to me is a big deal. And that actually encourages me to buy something like that.
Definitely.
Where I'm like, if it's going to something good,
Oh, for sure.
hold up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Would you flex that?
What?
Is that a flex? I don't know. I don't know enough about this. I'm asking you as a fashionista woman. Okay. Some bitch comes by and she's like, "Yo, check this out. I got a Chloe. Damn, that's nice. Emma Roberts Chloe.
Oh, it's a flex.
That's a flex.
Oh, for sure.
This was on her closet. I bought this.
Okay. We're going to swing it around. Male versus female, of course. Look at those basketball shoes.
I'm looking.
You look at those basketball shoes. They were Michael Jordan's. Actually Michael Jordan's.
Actually,
that he tried on and shot a commercial in, and now I'm wearing them.
Well, they
That's
wouldn't
a
leave my
flex?
man cave
Well, that's what.
that you're not invited in.
Perfect. Whatever.
They wouldn't leave.
But same difference.
I feel like we're gonna have a side topic on that. I feel it coming in the. I feel it in the weather. It's in the wind. I feel it in the air. There's a side topic coming out. Oh, I feel it, you guys. It's coming.
So, yeah, no.
So that's a flex.
I think so.
That's a flex. Would you flex that it was Paris Hilton's? I'm wearing Paris Hilton's.
Fuck yeah, I would.
You would say that?
I wouldn't
Like,
buy. I wouldn't buy anything.
Well,
Paris
let's just
Hilton's
say-
not my vibe. But if she was, absolutely.
Okay, let's make it your vibe. Yo, check it out. I got Taylor Swift's left bracelet. I didn't know there was a right bracelet. I'm just throwing things out there, guys. The words are just coming in.
That would never leave my not man cave. That's you're not invited.
That I got invited to. That I pull the right book and it opens. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I definitely think it's a flex to say that it belonged to somebody, and I think that's why it's all sold out. Of like everybody wants to have a piece of that. And going back to what I was saying with the like they auction off people's like stuff all the time. Like this was so and so's blah blah blah, and then it goes to auction and sells for like $100,000, and you're like, holy shit, it was like Elton John's toothpick. Like
Right. I'm so glad they do that.
like people do that kind of stuff. So why wouldn't their actual fashion, like something that they potentially wore, maybe she didn't wear it, maybe she got it and she was like, I would never wear that, fucking sell it.
True.
Or I
It came
would
from her
never
closet.
carry that, fucking sell it. So
Oh, it's a thing. It came from her closet.
yeah, so technically she was near it and breathed the air next to it, so it makes it like even more valuable. So
I worked at a comedy club and worked at the comedy club So before I was doing anything on stage, before I started speaking in front of companies, for any of that stuff, you guys, I was working head of security at a very, very famous comedy club, right? And celebrities came in all the time. I met a lot of celebrities in my time. And living in LA as well, I'm not starstruck. I don't get, there's one person and one person only that has ever made me starstruck, and that's Dana Carvey. And I'll even do a side story on that. Dana Carvey came into the club, and at that time, I was still trying to start um, my stand up
Mhm.
time,
Mhm.
if you will. I was still writing my stuff down, right? And I mean, I had just begun. I maybe did like one open mic at best. All right, I don't remember. It's been so long ago, but I didn't have much experience at the time. And Dana Carvey comes in. Dana Carvey, I went, oh my God, Dana Carvey. I grew up watching him with all his stand-up specials. You know what I mean? And keep in mind, I've seen every celebrity like you can possibly imagine. Tom Cruise has walked in. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
With Katie Holmes, I just does not. Even sports celebrities would come in. I'm like, I'm not starstruck. I just don't.
Mhm.
I'm not as starstruck. They're just people to me.
Yep.
They've always been that way. And again, living in LA really helps this too.
Oh yeah.
And then being in the industry, in the Hollywood industry, or as close as you can get to it. And then this is not a flex. Don't take it that way. But even partying at their houses and their mansions as well, you don't become as starstruck. It's not that big of a deal. So as you start going into it, and really, really getting into it, it's not too big of a deal. Now we're gonna move forward. Now moving forward, it's Dana Carvey on the other hand. That was a flex. That was like, oh my God, Dana Carvey. Oh, my heart, my heart. So that was the only time. I wouldn't find it a flex for me to be holding a celebrities thing. Even Michael Jordan's. Okay, I said it. Mag's probably not gonna agree with me, but even Michael Jordan's. And the only reason is because of that. They're just people to me. So they're just normal people, and I treat them that way as well. So, but that's a whole other thing. Mag's talking to her mom right now, or else she's gonna be back on here while we wait. But I think she, on the other hand, would find it a big flex. So, like, you saw her swoon over Taylor Swift. But we're gonna move on, you guys. We're moving on. Moving on. We ADD there. Wait, hold on. Before we move on to the next one, we gotta talk about the topic of uh, we gotta talk about the topic of the man cave. Is that a big deal? Is it a big deal to have a man cave and kind of go into Henry Cavill? Oh, now hold on, Henry Cavill, Eileen, how dare you? Henry Cavill's a good-looking man. I don't care who you are. I don't think I'm a starstruck by Henry Cavill. I feel more like he's such a good-looking man. I have this joke that I tell, and it's only a half joke, which is like I'm a straight man unless I'm stuck in an elevator with Henry Cavill for a long time, like 30 seconds. Then I'm maybe not so straight, and make sure do not rescue me. Okay, let me be with Henry Cavill for a second. He's a good-looking man. Can we agree? He's a very good-looking man. So, anyways, yeah, I would say that's more like a lust struck. Can we say that? Lust struck. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Now let me go on to the subject real quick. I'll start the topic while Max is talking on the side with her mom. The man cave thing, I absolutely agree with Mags on this, is that it is crazy that it's not, there's no such thing as the opposite, right? What does she call it? A she shed, which is kind of crazy to think about. I like Purse Palace. I like all these different things in there, but for the most part, remember my ex-husband had a man cave that caused issues in a marriage. Let's bring that up for a second. The man cave is almost like an old school, like boys versus girls things, right? Like no girls allowed. This is where I find my peace. This is where I can just be me, and etc. And it's really interesting because it almost creates this stigma, like women are these nagging, buzzing noise in the background that you want to get away from. And as you can tell, me and Max don't have that type of relationship. I just don't believe that's true. You have a partner, you should probably want to spend that time with them. Not all the time. I get wanting your own personal peace, but to build a whole room to get away from them, that seems excessive, don't it? Just a little bit. Now, it doesn't mean I'm against the man cave. I think the man cave is okay to have that personal space for yourself, as long as it's not made specifically to separate from your partner for long periods of time. You know what I'm saying? So that to me seems a little unhealthy. on so many levels that we don't need to dig into on this podcast in particular, but I do want to bring it up at some other point in the future. So, but now let's go back on the other side. How come women, she sheds have been around for a while, definitely not as the man cave, but yet they really, I did not know about this. Why are we kicking women out to the shed? Is that not like an obvious thing to say? I feel like that should be the first thing out of somebody's mouth to say, why are we kicking women to the shed? I didn't know that was a thing, that we just gonna be like, get out of here, go to your she shed and get away from us. That's just crazy. Now, if you're making it for yourself and that's your own personal space, that's fine. But I guess it all in the long run, it depends what kind of context that we have this little spaces for ourselves. Again, this is just my opinion. If you have the space for yourself to periodically have that time alone, maybe you want to, I don't know, write a book. Am I right, Eileen? Maybe you want that time to just bask in the greatness of everything you have. Then okay, that's fine. But when it becomes specifically made to separate from your partner, then it starts to become, in my opinion, almost like a weapon, right? You're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to my man cave. Bye, Felicia. Now I don't need to talk to you, So some man caves should be located at the bottom of a very deep, deep well. Or at a minimum, at least have like make it soundproof. Am I right? So, but with that said, I don't feel like that should be I think. Hello, Mags.
Hi.
Hi. So let me ask you,
Hmm.
the Purse Palace
Mm-hmm.
versus the Man Cave. We're digressing for just a second.
Okay.
I promise we're gonna get back on track.
Okay.
What do you think about that in general?
Between the two,
Yeah.
I think that they need to be treated equally. I think that men can have their man caves, but if a woman wanted a whole room to herself for her purses or for whatever she wants to have and be and display, that it's gonna get looked at as a waste of space.
So Gwen says that she sheds have been around for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's new to me. I just heard about it, you guys. So I don't really know. So see, it works. So each person has their own space and time. Yes. See, and that's something I also agree with. I also believe that you should be able to have those separate time and space when you need it. I don't disagree with that at all. Because even as human beings, let's not even make this about relationships for a second. Let's say this was just about two people, best friends, father and son, business partners, whatever it might be. Having that individual space for yourself is really healthy. That's something that you should have, and you should be able to have that safe spot for yourself. That's definitely not something that I disagree in. In fact, I highly recommend it, but it has to be under that context. When it's sometimes you'll get people, specifically guys that I talk to, the whole point is because when you're in the locker room talk, okay, when you're in the hearing men uncensored about how they talk about women, specifically testosterone-filled machismo, IP on things to claim on them men. You know the ones I'm talking about. They use it like a way to be like, well, is she not allowed in my spot? That's my spot where I can get away from her craziness. It's never filled with stuff like this. This is never how the conversation goes, okay? Then the conversation is never like, I need to have some peace, reset myself, okay? Then I'm going to go talk to her, all right? No. Here's how the conversation usually goes behind the scenes, you guys. It usually goes, man, that bitch is crazy. I just need to get the fuck away from her for a second, okay? And then like just be, because she's insane. She's out of control. She's just, so like what happens is that you start bashing this other person instead of like waiting to be for it yourself. So it becomes almost like used like a weapon as a way to even weaponize it. And then that, to me, I personally don't understand it, because me and Max have been together for how long? We've been together, maybe 20 years, something like that. Long time we've been together, and I've never once tried to even weaponize space like that. I guess is the way to say it,
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't feel right.
No. We also just don't use a lot of space, you and I. So to have our separate spaces would be weird.
It really would be weird. I worked on corrections. I'm gonna tell me how they talk. Officers and yes. So you know how men talk. It's not don't get me wrong, we all need to vent, but there is a very fine line, as we know, of venting to feel good and venting just to hurt somebody.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very, very fine line in between there, and I think we constantly cross it without even realizing we cross it. Because when you get into a group setting. This goes for women too. It's not just men.
Mhm.
Men aren't the only ones that are guilty of this. Women do it too. You get in there, and I call it the unhealthy homegirl effect, where she agrees with everything you say just to make you feel better, even though what she's saying is very unhealthy. You're like, girl, you crazy. So it definitely goes both ways. It's not like gender specific. Just having that mob mentality of not thinking for yourself. But we digress. My point is though, is that having that space should be a two-way street.
Definitely.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Definitely.
Is like you should be able to buy myself like, okay, so let's talk about a man cave for a second real quick. So like what do I got on there? Maybe I got some like sports memorabilia. I got some maybe some shoes I'm collecting. Maybe I got a nice setup for a theater room. Maybe I got a pool table in there. These are all things that I buy.
Gaming consoles.
Gaming console. Now every time I buy these things, I'm not in trouble. I get high-fived. I get admired. So I always imagine like women suddenly had their own game room. And one of the things that's going to be filled in there is some bags.
Right.
You know it. You know it.
Oh yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
that most women, if they get their own version of a man cave, this room is dedicated to you. You can do whatever you want in this room. Your partner has no say. And all this room is meant to be like, what's the point of a man cave is to make you feel like, you know, fun, whatever it is that you want in there, literally your own paintbrush to brush whatever you want.
Right.
That if a woman does that, you know, there's going to be some purses in there. There's going to be some bags that you want to go in and be like, dang, girl, where'd you get that
Right.
Manhattan, that
Right.
MK Manhattan?
Admiration. And
Yeah,
like,
right? But no, here's what's going to happen. You're going to walk in and some people are going to be like, how much money did you spend on that? I think you got a problem.
Right.
You're like, well, on all my makeup brushes? What? Why is that a problem? I wear makeup. Look how fancy these are. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, we better move on to the next topic.
Right.
Okay. Speaking of more debates, I'm getting good at these segues.
Yes.
Let's go to the big debate of vegan leather versus actual leather.
I don't know where I stand on this because I like the idea of the vegan leather. I think it also depends. Do you know if vegan takes less of a carbon footprint than actual leather?
Kind of.
Because that would be something to take into account. Otherwise, I'm a leather girl. I love the way it smells. I love the way it feels. I'm for it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but if it's like a huge drastic difference of a carbon footprint between the two, I might start leaning towards vegan.
Okay. Let's think about real leather,
Mhm.
which is the traditional choice.
Right.
Right. That's what we're all in. It's made from animal hides. Like I know we know this, but I'm gonna pretend like we don't know this for a
Right.
second. It's made from animal hides, primarily from cows, and has been used for centuries because of its durability for a long ass time. So here's some good parts about actual leather. High quality leather can last for decades. We know this. Go look in your closet with some of the coaches, right? And then they develop a patina over time, making it it's almost getting better with age, like wine. You know, they are biodegradable, actually. Unlike many synthetic materials, real leather is biodegradable. Eventually, but it is still, nonetheless. It's not going to sit there for a gajillion years, okay?
Right.
So, and it offers like this natural aesthetic, you know what I mean? Of like, you know, how we look at leather, we're like, damn, that looks nice, you know? Here's the bad part about them. Here we go. The environmental impact is huge. The tanning process involves chemicals that could be harmful to the environment, like really harmful. They say it is harmful.
Right.
Which is why we're all about secondhand, you know? And then what about this? It doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from an animal that was once living.
Right.
So there's also that with the animal welfare concern as well, you know? And then the biggest thing too is how much resources it takes to make leather, water, energy, all that eventually comes back around and pollutes the earth. Okay, now let's go to the other side, vegan. Okay, is this the ethical alternative? Vegan leather, also known as synthetic leather or fake leather, is made from polyurethane,
Right.
PVC, right? And more recently, other sources such as apple peels, mushrooms, cactus. Now, here's the great part about it. It is cruelty-free. No animals died, you guys.
Right.
No animals died. It's very innovative as well. I mean, you really, really had to make this work to make it feel like leather.
Right.
So there's some technology. And the biggest thing is it's very cost effective. So they're way more affordable than everything else. Now, after I go to the cons, I'm going to want your opinion, okay?
Okay.
Here's the cons. Plastic content.
Okay.
A lot of vegan leathers are made from petroleum-based plastics they are not biodegradable and can release some harmful chemicals. And durability, they are a lot less durable. So, which means that they technically could just fall apart faster, which means what? You throw it away faster.
Right. To not biodegrade.
Right. And the biggest thing is the misleading labels. Not all vegan leathers are environmentally friendly. So some of them are just as harmful as regular leather. So let's talk about it.
I feel like the vegan aspect is just appealing to the like no animals were harmed in the process of this, as opposed to the environmental aspect. Because I know that's what, like, when people are eating vegan, it's because they don't want to eat animals for the most part, right? So the vegan leather to me translates to, hey, we didn't use an animal to make this. We used an apple instead, or whatever it is that they are using to make these, as well as plastics and stuff like that.
Right.
But I don't love that it doesn't biodegrade. I don't love that it doesn't go away. I don't love that you couldn't repurpose it and use it for something else because it's going to break down and not be usable. Whereas a leather bag or any leather in general, you could repurpose it into something else so easily.
Because celebrities are obviously like, I use vegan leather
Right.
because, it's better for the earth. Might not be.
No, I think it's because they play the animal card. I think that's like, because when I think vegan, that's all I think is that it's animal based, that they're not eating or using an animal byproduct.
Right. I don't think you can win either way.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I mean. Like, you can't save everybody.
Right.
So if you're into real leather, the great news is you're saving the earth. Bad news is an animal had to die for that.
Right.
Now, if you're into vegan leather, great news, you're saving the animals. Bad news, earth hates you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to win one when you almost have to pick your evil at this point. And in my opinion, it's all about the longevity at that point for me. Everyone's going to have their own opinions on this. It's 100% going to be split down the middle. 100% is going to be a hot topic, okay?
Right.
So I personally think that your purse or your bag or your shoe, whatever it is, that is should last long. And the longer it lasts, the less waste we put on the earth. So I'm sitting on that side of the fence where I'm more earth friendly when it comes to that versus and as long as the animal didn't get abused,
right?
As long as it wasn't like animal cruelty involved, I'm kind of like, that's kind of the circle of life.
I know. I'm like, well, you made a steak and a hamburger out of it. Why not make a handbag with it too?
Right. And I guess that's
all getting used one way or another because people aren't going to stop eating meat.
And I think that's the hypocrisy between the two, right? So keep in mind, to throw myself under the fire, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I also am hypocritical because I'm like, save the earth
and the animals,
and also I don't look at my paper plates,
right?
Because I hate doing dishes. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like that's also me. But I just to throw myself for that. I'm not perfect as well, So, but now with that said, it is funny to see someone go, no, I only use vegan leather, and then go and eat a steak.
Oh yeah.
You're like, bro.
Or like you said, throwing the thing in there of, I use vegan leather because it's good for the earth, and you're like, actually, if you did some research on there, it's not real.
It's not.
Not so much.
It's not at all.
Yeah.
I just like the completely cosmetic wise, the feel of leather.
The feel and look and smell and
everything
of leather is so good.
It's so good. And even right now, like, we can find a coach in a thrift store right now made from leather, and we can bring that baby back to life.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're doing it with the Dooney.
Right. But you're not going to be doing that with the PVC vegan leather from 2023.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let alone the late 90s where some of these bags are coming from, which is insane that we're catching them at that time,
Yep.
So, but what do you think? What do you guys think?
I'm with you where I like leather. Me? I like original traditional leather.
Oh man, that means you hate animals.
No, it doesn't. But
that's what that means. You're an animal hater.
No, it doesn't. But because it is better for the whole process is better, and the longevity of it, meaning less of it's going in the landfill.
Right.
Hopefully.
Only with the PVC and the little emoji. It's gonna go on, but those are the facts. The facts is that in the long run, for the earth, the vegan leather might not be exactly the most earth friendly, but is 100% animal friendly because the PVC and the apple peels aren't feeling any pain.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm almost scared to look up where some of our leather's sourced.
Yeah.
I'm almost freaked out. I want to believe in my own
Happy cows.
happy cows. I want to believe happy cows living a happy long time, and then they come and then eventually they turn into my beautiful coach purse. That's what I want to believe. Let me live in
When
my
they die
fantasy.
peacefully in the field.
They
and
do.
they're like, okay, now it's time to make a bag out of them.
Yeah, I want to believe that. So now we got to call PETA in, right? Oh no, Gwen. That's the world. That's the fantasy I'm living in. Let me live my narrative that we're not harming these animals. You know what I mean? So that's what I think personally. So,
True. I agree.
and that what you get to do is that you guys. I don't think this is ever gonna I don't think this fight is ever gonna end.
No.
It goes on Reddit. It goes on in real life all the time between what is more environmentally and animal friendly. And the answer is none of them and all of them.
Yep.
So
False.
it's yeah, both of them. Yes.
Yes,
the answer-
no.
Yes, no. Yes, so you started this whole podcast with a yes, no question. You're like, I have so many questions, and I'm like, I don't know how to answer you because yes, no, and then no, yes, no, yes.
Oh, it's too good. It's too good.
Oh, I should be good. We got to do the outro.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here you go, Mags.
Okay.
Wait, just kidding. Here you go.
All right. Well, thank you guys again for hanging out with us on this amazing evening. We are flipping the script on corporate resale and challenging the rules to put profits over people, which is what most people do. So we're treating shoppers the way they actually deserve to be treated, with joy, freedom, and zero buyer's remorse. You guys, you can shop so confidently and comfortably with us. Watch us record live on Poshmark 4 days of the week. We do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No, not Sunday. Wednesday through Saturday, excuse me. And you guys have to go check out our Instagram. We posted a video today, and it is so funny. Kismet Mags. It's probably my favorite video that we've done. I'm not even going to lie. It's so good. And our album is dropping on August 20th, you guys. Handle it. And let's build your bag collection. Do it with us and our good vibes guarantee at kismetmags.com, you guys.
And listen, for anybody that needs to hear this out there right now, this one actually is what do I want to say about this next thing I want to say? This one hits home for me and has taken me 40 something years to really learn. Okay, so for anybody who needs to hear this, life will introduce you to hundreds, if not thousands of faces, and some of them will cheer for you when the sun is shining, when success is easy and the road is smooth. They'll laugh with you, they'll take pictures, they'll post those moments with you, right? But when the lights go out, when the room goes quiet, right? When you're fighting your battles, you don't talk about the battles that you don't talk about, most of them will disappear. Not out of cruelty, but because they were only really built for those good days. That's what those people were for. The ones that remain, the ones that are there with you through the storms, through the silence, through the parts of you that aren't easy to love, which we all have, those people are super rare and they are priceless. So, my final saying for this, which we said before, and I will say this gladly again, don't ever confuse those who are around you with people who are actually truly there for you. Okay? All right, you guys. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Love you guys.
Right. Much love. Hugs. See you guys tomorrow.